The world is going through a pandemic. Most of the economies of the world have one problem or the other problem. There are lockdowns, there are semi lockdowns, people are working from home, consumption is down, people are not traveling, there is no tourism, there is gloom all over. But the stock markets across the globe are rallying as if nothing has happened. What's really happening in the stock market? Amidst all this gloom, why are the stock market rallying on the upside? In case of United States, Nasdaq is at a lifetime high. In India, stock markets have rallied all the way from 27,000 on the Sensex to 38,000 level. In this episode, I am going to discuss all the points you need to know about this. This is NRI Money Clinic and I am Dr. Chandrakantha, but investment consultant and a financial planner.
NRI Money Clinic. No hype, just the right advice.
Why does the stock markets are rallying? We think because economy is not doing very well, stock market should be down. That is our argument. But the stock market is not economy. The economy may not be doing very well, but there is definitely a good chance that the stock markets can still do very well. And the reverse is also true. In today's circumstances, economy is not doing that well, but the stock market is rallying on the upside. There are examples in the past where you can see economy is doing very, very well, but the stock market will come crashing down. Both possibilities exist. If stock market is not economy, what is stock market? Stock market is nothing but the collective hope or the collective fear exhibited by the participants in the stock market. 3 months before, stock market was exhibiting fear. Today, the stock market is exhibiting hope. That is why, in spite of the pandemic raging through the world, we are seeing the stock market rallying on the upside. Now, let us analyze where is this hope for the participants of the stock market which is coming from. Number one, world over, the central banks, the governments have intervened and they have ensured ample liquidity which is available to the market participants. The governments and the central banks have assured that the major corporations will not go bust. They will not be closing down just because of the pandemic. Whatever that is required to be done, pushing trillions of dollars into the economy, is being done by different governments across the globe. This is giving a hope to the participants of the market that the institutions will not close down. It is very safe to invest in the stock market. This is one of the reasons why markets are rallying. The second reason where the hope is coming is equities look to be more attractive than the other investment avenues. The bank rate is close to zero in United States. The 10-year bond yields are less than 1%. When compared to that, the dividend yields of the equities are much higher. Plus, the participants of the market know the big companies will not be allowed to go bust and the central banks are intervening. So it means it is becoming a zero risk investment today for people. If they have a fear that the companies can go bankrupt, they'll be hesitant. But now they know for sure the governments and the central banks are intervening, companies will not go bust, they will be given a helping hand. It becomes easier for people to invest in equities and get a higher yield than the bonds or the bank FDs. This is the second reason why the markets are rallying. What is the next reason? The next reason is one segment of the market is doing extremely well in spite of the economy not doing very well. Now, if you look at the airlines industry or is a tourism industry or a consumption industry, it may not be doing very well. Airlines is down. Now, if you look at the valuation of airlines companies in the United States, its total value may be hardly about $50 billion. But if you look at the valuation of technology companies, you take Facebook, you take Netflix, you take Google, Microsoft, their valuations will run into trillions of dollars. Now, because there is a pandemic, the functioning of any of these technology companies has not come down. Rather, they have gone up. So, this is representing in their valuation. That is the reason why Nasdaq is making lifetime highs when the world is going through a pandemic. Similar story in other parts of the world also. The companies which are the major components of the stock markets are the technology companies today, and they are doing very well, and their business is bolstered by the pandemic and the lockdown, and more people are using technology platforms today. So it's a boost for these companies. One another reason why the market is very hopeful of the future is because of the vaccine. Now, everybody knows that there are many vaccines which have been discovered against this pandemic. Now, vaccine is ready. It is going through the human trials. It could take a couple of months, it could take a couple of quarters, but it's absolutely certain there will be one or two or more of vaccines which will hit the market within next 1 year. Once you have the vaccine in place, the economy will slowly start limping back to normalcy. That is the reason markets are very hopeful and they are rallying. So what next? Where will the markets go? I wish I knew the answer for this. I have no idea where will the market be tomorrow, the week next, the month next, or the quarter next. We don't know. Many people are expecting a stock market crash. So they are waiting on the sidelines to deploy cash. They are waiting for the market to come down, let it crash down, let it come down. That is the time I will start investing. Lot of them are there. Everybody is worried about the pandemic. All that I can tell is markets will never ever crash when everybody is expecting a crash. Markets will come crashing down when nobody is expecting it. Now, what can happen going forward here is people who are waiting on the sidelines will enter the ring at some point or the other. If they continuously see the markets are going up and they feel left out, at some point of time, they will come and start investing in the stock market. This may create a bubble-like situation at some point of time. When such a bubble gets created, that is where the crash happens. It will not happen when you are expecting a crash. If this is the situation, what should we do as investors? My suggestion is very simple to all of you. Don't bring your emotions into this investment field. Be very cool-headed. You should not get affected with the market rally. You should not get affected with a market crash. If you are an investor who is investing regularly through a SIP route, please continue to do so. If you have subscribed to some ULIP policies, don't stop paying into the plan, just continue with it. Don't worry about a market crash, don't worry about a market rally, don't worry about the economy, don't worry about the pandemic. Be a regular investor. You should be worried about what happens 10, 15, 20 years from now. You should not be worried about what happens next week or the next quarter or the next year. Be a regular investor. You will be very successful in this line. Dear viewers, I would also like to hear your views on where the market is today, what might happen in the marketplace. I am interested to know what do you think about it. Feel free to comment below. If you like the topic that I discussed today, please give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed for this channel, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon. Don't forget to share these videos with your near and dear ones. Thank you very much for watching this episode on NRI Money Clinic. I will be back with you with one another topic in one another video very soon.
Press the bell icon for more details and subscribe our channel.